Ron here with Rattling with Ron, and coming to you guys tonight. So I want to talk to you about respirators. I had a nephew of mine email me and said, "Hey, can you do a thing on respirators? I work at a power plant. We have a conveyor belt that runs through a tunnel, and I really don't know what type of respirator to use, or kind of really how to use it." That's the way I took that email, right? So I'm going to talk to you about respirators, different types, different kinds, and again, there's all kinds out there, right? Why this stuff is important, okay, is because it's an occupational illness, right? So a big difference between occupational illness and occupational injury. Occupational injury, if you fell down today and you busted your arm, you feel a pain right then. I don't wear my respirator today. It's hurting me, I just don't feel that pain. Okay, so I may not wear it today, I may not wear it tomorrow, and then pretty soon, I'm 65 years old, right? And I'm supposed to retire and go out fishing and chasing women and doing all that fun stuff that you do when you're retired. And I can't do it because I didn't protect myself, okay? So it just goes back to that hazard recognition that I put a video out on a couple weeks, or last week, I guess. But figure out what that airborne hazard is you want to protect yourself against. Okay, so what I tell people on respirators is, there's all kinds out there. First thing you gotta do is figure out what you're trying to protect yourself against. Okay? If you're trying to protect yourself against, acid mist, you might use it one kind. If you're trying to protect yourself against silica, you might use another type. Okay? So, and there's some that protect against all, right? So one of them, that's what I'm going to talk about today, is it's kind of like a universal filter that it protects against, dust, mists, fumes, fibers and other stuff like that, but it won't protect you against gases or vapors, and that's this one right here, and it's the 7580P100, but I'll get into that in a minute. Okay, so that's the difference between occupational illness, occupational injury, okay? But again, it's just that hazard recognition, right? It's just that hazard recognition. Read the instructions on these, okay? I got this box here, and it says dust mask on it. Okay, it says right there, dust mask. But when you read the directions on it, it says, hey, don't use near sandblasting or wild sandblasting, or don't use it during masonry or concrete work. Don't use it for firefighting, right? Can't imagine anybody putting this on to try to fight a fire, but somebody might. And then it also says don't use where there's dust that contains silica. So it's kind of misleading, right? So make sure you read the directions. It is a dust mask, because it says here it's for mowing and gardening, sweeping and dusting, and pollen. Okay, so you can use it for dust as long as it don't have silica in it. Okay, but if you're working a metal, non-metal mine, or some surface coal mines, or even underground coal mines, you might have silica in your rock. Okay, so you don't want to be using this type, so make sure you got the right type. Got these paper type, that's a respirator. Got the half mask, that's a respirator. Okay, you got the full mask, them are respirators. You got the PAPRs, that's a type of respirator, right? SCBAs, your SCSRs that you carry on your belt underground, that's a respirator. Okay, it's isolating your lungs from whatever crap you're trying to get out of because you don't want to breathe it. Okay, Airstream, same thing. So all different kinds out there. Make sure you're using them the right way. Again, that's the deal on these. These half masks, you got to have a medical clearance to wear them. Okay, you don't want to be having asthma, or maybe you have heart conditions or things like that. You just don't throw these on. You got to make sure you can wear these. Okay, so make sure you get that done. I imagine your safety departments do that where you work, because it is important. Another thing with these, they have to be fit tested. Okay, you got to do a fit test on these, right? You got to do the qualitative fit test, that's one type, and a quantitative. Qualitative is where they put a bag over your head. You put this on, they'll put a bag over your head, and they'll inject some odors or tastes, and they'll have you twist your heads in different directions like this and that. And if you can smell or taste that, then you need to have a different mask, or it's not getting a good seal, right? So you either get these are large, medium, and small, so you get a different size, or you try to get a different fit on them. Okay, the quantitative, that's where it has a machine and it has a mask and it hooks to it, And same thing, it checks the size, and they do different things to see if you got a seal, but it checks the air on the inside, right? So that's what you do. But main thing, again, know what you're trying to protect yourself against. Read the directions. It'll tell you what filter it'll use and what it won't use, okay? The filters, we'll get into that before I show you how to put these on and inspect them. But the filters, again, there's different ones. Okay, and they have numbers and letters on them. Okay, so if it has an N, that means it's not resistant to oil. If it has an R, it means it is resistant to oil. If it has a P, it means it's oil proof. Okay, it'll have numbers. It'll have like a 95, 99, or a 100. Okay, the 95s means it's 95% effective. The 99s are 99% effective if you wear it right. Okay, and the 100s are 99.97% effective. Okay, so if you have a P9 or a N95, that means it's not oil resistant, and it'll protect up to 95% of the stuff. Okay, for whatever. This one's, like it says, a 7580 P100. Okay, this purple one here. And this again will protect against dust, mist, fumes, fibers, and other stuff. So it's a pretty much all-around filter. People ask me, how long do you use them, or how long can I wear it? How long is this filter good for? All different kinds of things there. Again, read your own manufacturer's recommendations. Most of them will say that I've looked at, if you wear it, if you have a hard time breathing, change it. Okay, change it every shift if you can. Sometimes that might not be feasible. They're not the cheapest things in the world, but if you can do that, do that. Another rule of thumb is 40 hours or 30 days, whatever comes first. Okay. On the fit tests, again, when you get them done, people ask me, when do I do them? How often do I do them? You do them once a year. Okay. So do your fit test once a year. Or if you change your filter, if you get a different make or model, you want a fit test. If you have a bunch of dental work done or have some facial injuries, right? It may screw it up. Maybe you lose a lot of weight or gain a lot of weight, You start making safety man wages, you're going to gain some weight, right? So you may have to get another fit test done. But no, just things like that. Once a year, weight loss, weight gain, dental work, get a fit test done. You can do a fit test when you're putting these on, right? So if you want to do a positive pressure fit test, then what you do is you take your palm of your hand and you put it over the exhalation valve, and you just exhale with this mask on, and it'll push away from your face. Okay? If it doesn't do that, you're not getting a good seal. Okay? Or you can do a negative pressure. That's where you put it on. You put your hands over the filters and you breathe in and hold it for about 5 seconds. Okay? If you feel it pulling away, then you don't have a good seal. Okay? If you've got a beard like I do, if you look kind of scruffy, you're not going to get a good seal. Okay? Not saying you can't get a good seal, but you're probably not. Okay, so make sure you're clean shaven. If you wear these, again, you're protecting yourself. You do what you want to do, but you're responsible for your safety. You remember that, right? So you want to make sure you have a good seal. But how we do this when we inspect them, check all this stuff in here where it seals against your face. Make sure there's no cracks, tears, rips. Make sure there's no holes in the respirator itself, no cracks in the filters. Check your exhalation valve. Check your straps. When you put this on, you want to make sure these straps are zeroed out, and that's where they're all the way, so they're the longest. But pull on them, check them. Your neck strap, check your little D-ring here, make sure it's good. Get this one zeroed out. Some of these are a pain in the tail to zero out, but just makes it easier when you put it on. So check that one, make sure it's good. Check that hook there. Check your temple straps, top of your head straps there. Okay, and then when you put these on, pretty simple. You just take your headgear off, whatever you're wearing, hard hat, take your glasses off. What I tell people too is take an alcohol wipe, clean these out. Okay, do not share these. That's freaking nasty, right? It's not very clean to do that. Don't share these. Keep yours. Don't let nobody borrow it. Don't borrow anybody else's. But just put it on. Make sure your chin's in there. Good. Hook up your neck strap.
Okay, then you want to pull these straight back, but don't over tighten them, just pull them back. Get your chin ones, pull them back. Okay, so you get it on there where you think you got it. Be ready to roll. Okay, then do that negative pressure test. You put your hand over the exhalation valve and blow out. For the positive pressure, suck and hold it in. Okay, that's how you do that. And then take it off. Just loosen these back up. Unhook your neck stud, okay?
Yes, that's how you do that. Okay, pretty simple. Good tool. Hey, let me put my hat back on. Probably blinding you. Looking pretty good though. I have to say I got a haircut today, and I look pretty sharp, I think. Anyway, good tool. Again, hazard recognition. Figure out what you're trying to protect yourself from, and then get the right filter. You know, use it the right way. Things of that nature. Good tool. I want you to take care of it. So again, tonight or tomorrow, whenever you go back to your next shift, make sure you have the right filter, have the right respirator. Ask questions about it. Hey, how come I'm wearing this? And if I'm not, you know, do I need a fit test? Am I medically clear? Do I need to be medically clear? Just ask them questions out there, okay? Again, good tool. We want to use it. We want to use it the right way. Hey, before I sign out here tonight, a couple things I want to talk to you about. Man, I'm pretty upset. You know, stinking bracket's done now for sure in basketball. North Carolina got beat tonight. Man, that frustrates me. Just checked the score before I started this one, and looked like Virginia Tech was beating Duke. So I hope that happens. But so yeah, I'm pretty sad and bummed about that. And all my friends back in South Carolina and North Carolina, cheer for them. Hey, I'm just as sad as you are. So, but always next year, right? Another thing, if you get a chance, if you got kids or take your wife on a date or whatever, go check out that Captain Marvel movie. Me and the wife went tonight, and man, it was a great movie, and I liked it anyway. So, you know, go check that out. But make sure when you go back to work, you have a safe shift, and I'll catch you later again on Rattling on Braun.